News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a woman is arrested for DUI after crashing into a convenience store. And Tonopah make it a special type of vending machine. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Police arrest a female who they say hit a store with her vehicle. It's Wednesday, February 6th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. The Old West Market on North Highway 160 was struck by a car driven by a drunk driver, according to police. On February 2nd, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a vehicle versus structure accident on Highway 160 and Country Place. Upon arrival to the Old West Market, deputies located a vehicle that appeared to have been in an accident just north of the business. The driver and only occupant, identified as 61-year-old Fanny Pinto de Alcaraz, was uninjured as a result of the crash. Deputies report that the sedan had struck the building and a large bush, ending up stuck in the mud following the crash. The damage to the business was estimated at approximately $3,000. According to the sheriff's office, de Alcaraz appeared to be intoxicated and had to be assisted out of the vehicle by deputies. They also report that she admitted to consuming 2 beers. Fanny Pinto de Alcaraz was arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center, where she is facing charges of driving under the influence. The Board of County Commissioners heard a presentation from the Chief Health Officer for the Southern Nevada Health District concerning a syringe vending machine.
Presentation by Chief Health Officer of the Southern Nevada Health District regarding opioids and public health prevention and discussion and deliberation to approve a letter of support for the Southern Nevada Health District's syringe vending machine initiative.
On trying to establish and put into place a vending machine like we've started down in Las Vegas. Generally, I try to tell you what I'm going to tell you, and then tell you what I did tell you, but I'll be very brief because there isn't much time this morning. We have found these vending machines to be very useful in Clark County. They're very helpful for people to come in and do a variety of things, exchange dirty needles for clean, and to get other services while they're there, and that's the plan that we have going on here. This would be our first expansion outside of Clark County. I believe what the slides will tell you as well is that the only other place that we know of in North America that has one of these machines is in Puerto Rico. We have 2 or 3 machines down in Southern Nevada, but it's time that we really expand out to rural Nevada so that we can help to prevent especially the infectious disease of HIV or other bloodborne diseases that can be transmitted by reusing used needles. We want to expand testing with this as well. We currently don't have naloxone. That's the antidote for an opioid overdose in our machines, but we plan to expand to that. We do have a grant that we can do that. We do want to thank our other partners, and in particular Lyle Collins, who works at the Division of Public and Behavioral Health, but all of these other partners here.
Do they have to pay to use the machine?
No.
So they just walk up to it and get whatever they want?
They generally will register. This is the way we do it in Clark County. They register and they get a number that they punch into the machine.
It's all over Twitter down there. All the legal courtesans are pushing it like crazy, so I see it all the time. So why Tonopah?
Well, Tonopah, I mean, it's the geography. You're the biggest area here to help to serve Esmeralda County. Putting something into Goldfield doesn't make much sense to us. And again, I just described how I realized that Esmeralda County is only a mile from where we are right now, that you're really I think of you not as one county, as two counties, but you're really joined at the hip, almost as much as Pahrump is joined closely to the hip with us here in Las Vegas, there in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I want to offer to you that John Packham, who has been to see you as well, and I would be happy to work with you on a community health assessment and improvement plan so that if this bill gets passed, we can make sure that Nye County gets some of this funding.
Fine.
I don't believe it's going to be $5 per capita. It may be nothing, but at least it's the first step. And what I found with the legislature is you take a first step, and then the next legislature might get that.
Okay, thank you.
One last piece is that there is this survey, and I'll leave these copies here. We've sent it to you all to fill out. It's for another program that we're working on to provide additional services up here.
And what were the highlights of last night's State of the Union address? Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, the State of the Union. President Trump called the economy strong in his State of the Union address. He also talked up the job market and says the Mueller investigation could stymie the nation's economic growth. President Trump made a plea for unity between Democrats and Republicans, but did not back off his plans for a border wall. Infrastructure stocks could be in play today. Southwest flights to Hawaii are taking off after plans were grounded by the partial government shutdown. The airline tested a flight from California to the Big Island on Tuesday. Pilots and Southwest reps were on board. Disney is a dazzler. The stock rallied in the after-hour session in its first reaction to earnings that wowed investors. The company's profit totaled $2.7 billion. Revenue also exceeded expectations. Disney has been turning out blockbuster film hits and is pushing into video streaming by taking a larger stake in Hulu.
More news when we return.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, here's Unette Gentry with this week's court report.
In this week's court report, Cole Ingleson, the area man arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection to the death of 3-year-old Yesenia Kemp, pleads not guilty in district court and is now awaiting trial dates. This after having his case bound over to district court during Ingleson's preliminary hearing in justice court. Notably, during that proceeding, it was stated that Ingleson will unconditionally waive preliminary hearing and enter a no contest and/or Alfred plea at the district court level to second-degree murder with a 10 to 20-year sentence, plus a 1 to 20-year sentence for a deadly weapon enhancement. And at that time, both of Ingleson's public defenders concurred with those negotiations. Finally, Ingleson was remanded to custody on a no-bail hold. Then the court released Attorney Gensler from this matter as the case is now complete at the justice court level. However, there is no public statement yet regarding why Ingleson has now decided to plead not guilty. According to district court clerks, Ingleson will be back in that higher court this Monday, February 11th, to get trial dates. The area man arrested for a domestic violence incident alleged to have occurred with his spouse and who posted bail before his scheduled first appearance in justice court currently has 3 open cases in justice court. Brandon Andrew Snyder has a domestic battery strangulation charge that is alleged to have occurred June 22, 2018, for which he has an active cash bail or bond, $5,000, and an ex-felon in possession of firearm charge that is alleged to have occurred June 23, 2018, for which he also has an active cash bail or bond, $5,000. And he also has an application for protective order domestic that occurred June 26, 2018. Schneider was slated on the Justice Court calendar for Monday for that domestic battery charge. Notably, Schneider also has 2 cases in district court in addition to those domestic dispute charges. You might recall that around town, Schneider is known for his bravery and persistence in overcoming obstacles, including drug use. Schneider was previously sentenced in 2012 to 18 to 48 months suspended with 5 years probation for the charge of possession of an instrument with burglarious intent. In a separate district court case back in 2008, Schneider was sentenced to 1 year suspended for the charge of conspiracy to commit theft. As of July 2018, Schneider had an active cash bail or bond of $5,000, and during that time, charges were still pending in Schneider's domestic battery involving strangulation case in Justice Court. We will continue to follow that ongoing case. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks so much, Unette. Well, P3 Medical Group is holding a health
Presentation by
information
Chief
fair
Health
tomorrow,
Officer of
Thursday,
Southern Nevada.
February 7th, from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Nye Communities Coalition, located at 1020 East Wilson Road. Food and drinks will be served. The public is invited to attend. To RSVP, give them a call, 775-505-0810. That's 775-505-0810. More from the Board of County Commissioners after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Welcome back. County commissioners have set new guidelines for manufactured homes being brought into the valley. That item was decided on during yesterday's BOCC meeting.
I don't fully understand, and I'm not against an age restriction for manufactured homes. 3 minutes isn't going to allow me to explain why there's no such thing as a 6-year or a 20-year-old home anymore, because they just don't exist. But I won't bring that part up right now. But if we adopt any rules for the rural areas pertaining to age, that's just going to open up the door that it has to go through the planning process also, which again opens the door to impact fees, to a soils report, all these excessive costs for these areas where the comps, we don't have the comps to justify the sales anyways. So it's just going to impede, and Nye County is going to impede affordable housing in that aspect.
The impact that this could have on the rural areas regarding the addition of possible extra planning and permitting and soils reports and those kind of things, that the rural areas don't necessarily justify the expense involved. We have a hard enough time with appraisals, especially in rural areas when people are trying to finance a manufactured home, getting comps because not much new has been placed in so many years that they have a hard time appraising, which means the buyer has to come out of pocket for even more than they would have to if the comp had come in higher. So I would just be opposed to this possibly imposing extra expenses for buyers.
I'm having trouble with this. I cannot vote for this. And I know you've worked really hard with the outlying areas to get this done. And I realize the NRS is in place and we can get bit as soon as we're 45,000 people in Nye County, but we're not there yet. We think, but the census isn't there yet to prove it. Exactly, 2020.
I'd like to make a motion to approve with the following changes. So I'd like to adopt and amend. Okay, here we go. I'd like to make changes to A, unless the placement occurred prior to February 1, 2019, and under, where are we at? B, waiver special exemptions. 1, it shall read, the installation of any manufactured home more than 20 years old on the date which it is affixed to the residential lot shall require approval of a waiver application by the planning director. All waiver applications will require a letter from the applicable town boards, both elected and advisory, making a recommendation of either approval with conditions, or denial to the planning director prior to the planning director making a decision on the waiver application. And 4, of no minimum square feet requirements.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say nay.
Nay.
Valley Electric Association is accepting applications for internships, holding their annual poster contest, and even offering scholarships. Michael Hingle explains.
We have 6 fantastic scholarships that are offered by Valley Electric Association. We've been offering them for a number of years. But there's 2 full-time academic scholarships for high school seniors at $1,000 a year for 4 years. We have 2 full-time scholarships, continuing education for 2 years at $1,000 apiece. And we have 2 part-time 1-year scholarships for continuing education at $500 apiece. Now, all someone has to do is go to the website, look at the information, download the forms, complete the information by March 1st, and we will announce these at our annual meeting, which will be on April 27th at Pahrump Valley High School. All the information I just shared with you and more is on the website. Just go to vea.coop and go to the tab that talks about scholarships. Click on that. As a matter of fact, the first thing that pops up on the website right now is a banner about scholarships. If you click on that, you'll go right to the information and you can download the forms and can complete those, and just make sure you have those in by March 1st.
All right. For more information, they can also give a call or stop on by.
Oh, yeah. We'll be happy to help anybody. We want to encourage all these great students to participate in these great scholarships.
Well, Darby stopped by Desert Haven recently to show you some animals looking for a home to call their own.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Hero. Hero is a 6.5-year-old bull terrier. He has so much energy. He loves playing ball, or more like he keeps the ball and you don't get to touch the ball. He is a lot of energy, and he's so strong for his age. He's definitely a family dog that you want to come, bring him out to the yard, play with him, get his full personality. Instantly, when you walked into this yard, you just felt how wonderful he was. Hero is definitely a head turner. Bull Terriers are known for their Roman nose and their very pointy ears. Hero is actually a full white Bull Terrier, so he's definitely a head turner. You can come and check him out and all of the animals here at Desert Haven Animal Society. They're on Ceria Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can check them out on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society, or go online to deserthavenas.org.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, let's take a look outside on that Glenn Lerner weather cam. I know that we got some snow on the mountains around there, and definitely it's been some interesting weather. We'll have more with that after this break.
News 25. Weather is brought to you by Pahrump's best kept secret, Q Barbecue. Try it for yourself. Low and slow. Queued for 16 hours.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's highs. In Pahrump and Amargosa, it's 47 degrees. In Death Valley, it's 60. 43 in Beatty, 31 in Goldfield, 28 in Tonopah, 43 in Fallon, and 36 in Fernley. For tonight, 26 degrees in Pahrump, 27 in Amargosa, 36 in Death Valley, 25 in Beatty, 13 in Goldfield and Fallon, 14 in Fernley, and down to 9 degrees in Tonopah, For tonight in Pahrump, clear skies, a low of 45, where average is 34. Sunset at 5:15 p.m. Winds out of the north at 12 miles per hour. It's gusts up to 25 and 48% humidity. For tomorrow, sunny skies, a high of 48, a low of 27. Sunrise at 6:39 a.m. Winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Gusts up to 8, and our humidity at 33%. Moving ahead to our 7-day, sunny skies all through Sunday, where ironically the clouds are going to roll in, and they're going to hang out until next Wednesday. Temperature-wise, Thursday, a high of 48, a low of 27. And then on Friday, where our highs are going to jump up into those 50s, and we're going to stay in those 50s all through next Wednesday. Just between 51 and 55, we'll be peaking on Sunday and Wednesday. For overnights, we're coming out of those 20s. We're going to be up in those low 30s, just between 32 and 36 degrees all through next Wednesday. Once again, the peak there will be on Saturday. So it's starting to get a little bit warmer. If you, by warm we mean still cold. So back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks so much, Michael. I wonder if it's colder outside or colder in the studio right now. I'm not sure. I have to go check the temperatures. Conrad won't turn on that heater no matter what. Anyways, I just want to tell everybody, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or listening to us on Ace Country Radio and you want to get local TV, all you need to do is give us a call, 775-727-9400, extension 201, and we'll tell you how to hook up and get free local TV, and that includes the Vegas channels. But if you're having problems with your reception of channel 25, you just need to rescan your TV, because we have been working on the reception and making sure that you have the strongest signal possible. So please rescan your TV to make sure that you get all of our digital channels, which is 7. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.